This quick video is going to walk you through what it takes to create an SBA-approved business-ready resume. We have some pretty strict requirements, and most of these I will be going over in our first class in detail, but I wanted you to have a resource that you can go back to and make sure that you're on the right track. So the first thing I want to do is show you Moodle and where to find all this information. This may not be your section, but they're all pretty much set up the same. So be sure, of course, that you're reading through all the welcome information. And then in Module 1, this is where you're going to see some of the information about how to create your resume. And part of that is scheduling a one-on-one resume review. And so here you'll find the actual assignment. Make sure you click on that. It walks you through step-by-step what to do in order to choose your resume review, where to go, how to make it, when to make it, all the dates and things like that. So just make sure you're looking at all of this. Let me know who you're going to make your appointment with. And then there's a bunch of samples here that you can look at to make sure that you're on the right track. So now back to here. The first step after the class, our first class, where I'm going to go through, here's what goes onto your resume. You will then make an appointment for a specific individualized resume review. You'll email your draft to a member of the Achieve team if that's how you make your appointment, or if you're completing a walk-in appointment in career and life design, you don't have to do this part. You'll just walk in with your laptop. So this is only good for if you're with the Achieve team. Then we're going to cover these types of things. You're going to mark up your resume during the resume review. Then you're going to make the revisions that are necessary. You'll polish it up, and then you're going to submit it on Moodle. Down the Moodle page is where you're going to submit the actual assignment, and there's 3 parts to that. And you can read all about that in the actual assignment, and you can see more information on Moodle. That's the resume review process. Some fundamentals that you're going to have to make sure you do on your resume. When you save your resume to upload it, both for this assignment and when you apply for jobs and internships, you always want to save it as a PDF and make sure it's saved as your name. If it's in your own files and you call it resume, that's fine, but if you upload it into for a job or into Moodle for me, I don't know whose is whose if you don't put your name on there. Make sure you do that. Then another basic thing is on your resume, don't use I, me, or my. You're going to write it only in third person. Keep it real simple. When you use your email address, don't use Oakland University email. Just use your personal email address and some very basic formatting. You only need, for the most part, a 1-page resume. You'll use black font only. It has to be scannable, which means no columns, no boxes. All your dates should be right justified. I'll go over samples in class and go through this in a little bit more detail. These are the different sections that I actually will grade you on. So you can kind of look through here and see the requirements and some key details for what will go into each section. And again, more detail coming up in class. You'll be taking notes then. All of these samples and these 2 samples and more, I should say, are in Moodle and also on Handshake. So you can find them there. This is a Word document that you can download and fill in the blanks and customize. That way you'll be certain to have the right formatting and the right information on your resume. And then there are samples of previous students' resumes adjusted a little bit. So you can see how other people have done that in the past and get an idea of what your resume should look like. So in the end, your resume will look something like this. The most important part really of your resume, once you get the formatting down, are these bullet points. These bullet points get to show what you accomplished. So instead of just a list of tasks that you do in your job, you need to really write out what you accomplished in your different positions that you've had, whether they're jobs or leadership roles or even group projects and things in school. The formula for writing that is you write about what you did or do using an action verb, and then how and or why you do that thing, and results whenever possible. I'll go over this in class, and we're going to do a couple of examples. This is the hardest part of the resume. Instead of just saying, like, here's a list of tasks I do, you want to really show why somebody wants to hire you. And so there are examples of befores and afters here, and also befores and afters here. This is the before. You can see how the after, using that accomplishment statement formula, makes it much stronger. And so this is the expectation for your resume for those bullet points. If you have questions about this or any other questions about resumes, You can ask during our first class because that's when we're going to go over that. So make sure that you bring your resume to class, or if you don't have a resume yet, you're going to kind of fill in the blanks and get it ready. We really want you to have a business ready professional resume by the time you walk out of SBC 2990. So you'll have that one-on-one appointment. You can ask questions, all the resources on Moodle, and also a lot of examples on Handshake to help you get started and make sure that you're on the right track.